How's it going, folks? It is a cold one today. This is the state of play. We are going to try and get the kitchen part done, get this boxed in, and see where we are for there. This bottom part here is going to be storage, much like that part there. I have scribed this template of a cardboard, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a simple worktop going along there, but I'm going to be changing it up because I'm not going to put a sink in. My plan was to put the box seal sink in here, probably sit in the indent there and come out, but see, if I'm being brutally honest, I barely used my sink when I had it, and if I need to wash myself, I do have a collapsible basin that I can just chuck into storage. I've got an induction hob that I can heat up water pretty rapidly within a minute, so I have made the decision not to put a sink in, Dobby. So obviously being out in Glencoe and stuff like that, I have decided on a few other things, so we'll cover that when we get to it. Let's try and get a good straight edge. So I did make a piece and I cocked it up. It was short by a wee bit, so I'm using this as a template again to make it bigger. Hey, I do need to cut this wee bit here. I over exaggerated that because that was the part that I was short at, so I just need to go under and pencil that, and then we can cut that corner a wee bit. Like a glove. Hey, and that's more flush. Let's get this stuck in. There's a gap here, and I'm going to tell you why. That's so much better than what I had before. I never scribed this and the shells were just a riot. Things were just falling down the back and all that stuff, but that's so much better. It's so much easier when you just take your time and actually think about it rather than try to rush it. But the reason why I left the gap there is for this. Under here is a toilet, so this lid comes up. The way that I see it is obviously the worktop's going to come over here, but this is going to get boxed in. So to make sure I've got a nice clean surface on this side, I'm basically going to slot the wood in so that it's more seamless. So I needed that gap to fit in there. But aye, job one done. Let's look at it for this side. I'm going to have a piece of wood going from here all the way over just to box this and this in. That's going to be storage, and this part here is going to be storage. So again, because I'm not a carpenter and I like to wing things, I'm basically going to need to eyeball what height this is going to be at. So obviously I want to rest it on here again because this is a nice anchor point. Let's just pop it up and get a rough idea. So I think I need to come down an inch from what these two are. See, if there's one bit of advice I'd give you for building your van, something like a miter saw just saves so much hassle with sawing and using jigsaws and all that stuff, and it makes the cut more accurate. It speeds it up as well. You don't need an expensive one. This was like 60 quid for Screwfix, so it gets the job done, and that's all that matters. So now all we need to do is prop or 4 posts up, get a piece of cardboard and start scribing this part here. So let's get brackets on all of these. It's actually ironic that I'm not using the box seal sink because it's the box seal box that's actually helping me create the worktop. So thanks box seal, you still are being used. Let's get to scribing it. Again, when you're doing this, you just want to try and keep the pencil as straight as possible and then just naturally go into all the grooves and just keep it point towards you and then back. And there you can see the outline that we've just done. Do you know what, I'm not even going to cut the video, we'll just go in straight away, right? Let's see how good a job I did. Shutting! Oh, look at that. So obviously that's not going to fit this part here. So all we need to do is take the deepest part here to the point on these sticks, which is going to be where the end of the worktop is going to be. Oh, that was way harder than it had to be. What a mess. The templates were fine over here, but for some reason it was just going out of whack when I got to about here. The last time I went to B&Q I picked this up. This was just in the recycle bin, so you could just take it. And it was nice and light, and I thought, do you know what, I'll take that and I'll just wrap it. It's a whole lot better than what I had before. I've made it wider here, and I've made it longer because I've no got the size down. All I was focusing on was getting that shape. I'm not going to lie, it feels like all the wee jobs seem to be big jobs today. So to get the proper measurements of the worktop, I've done this. You can see I've kind of boxed it in. It's also giving me a wee bit of indication as well, just how much space I've got for the toilet. But the reason why I've done this is because when I put the worktop on top, I can then go underneath and I can bring the pencil all the way along here and all the way along here, just so I know exactly where to cut here and here. Now we have it cut exactly how we want it. We do still need to cut that, and we still need to get the length at the end, so let's go and have a wee look at that. So I'm actually thinking I might just take it to here this time, and last time it did go to about here, because I do want to make the worktop a wee bit shorter, just for easier access and stuff. So all I'm doing just now is just getting the legs sorted. So I'll show you for this end first. So as you can see, it's a much neater finish than what we had before. This part here is going to get partitioned off. There isn't going to be a door like last time. I'm just going to straight partition that off. And then if I bring you around here, this gives you a wee bit a better idea of how it's going to look when it's finished. Again, it's going to get all wrapped and everything, so don't look at design and colour and stuff like that. And as you can see, this panel's sticking out, but I need to push these back a bit so that the wood can drop down, and then this sits on the lip properly. And as you see, we do have tons of storage at the top and bottom, and the same as there. And I think here I'm just going to box this off, kind of like the same here, so it's just one complete box bit. So I'm going to call that for the night, and we'll get back on it tomorrow. You know, I woke up this morning and I was like, oh, I can't be bothered. Just because of the cold, nothing else. Right, we're getting there. We just need to do the next side now. I'm using my spirit level on my phone to see if it's straight or not. The framing is now done, thank God. Shutting! I'm chuffed with it. So much better than the last one. It's all the same size, it's no all wonky and stuff like that, but there is something that's off, and that's the worktop, so let me show you. So we do have the shape, but it's off. It's definitely off. So if we pull it back a bit, so it's off by about just under 1.5 inches. That's fine, because the hardest part here was getting that bit there scribed out. To fix it, all I need to do is just buy 3mm plywood and put this on the plywood, trace out that again, but make sure that the bottom part here overhangs, and then once I put it up here, make sure that it's all sitting perfectly there. I then get a pencil, as I showed before, and we just run it along, and then we'll get the perfect cut. But as I said earlier in the episode, I have been out maybe about 3 or 4 times, because you need to go into the van and see if what you've built is working for you, and more importantly, if it isn't working for you. There are a few things that just aren't working for me, so let me show you what they are. The first one is the fridge storage. I wanted it so that I could slide the fridge out on like a soft close kind of thing, so I think I'm going to cut the wood on the bed there to make a lid, and for the back storage as well, just so we don't need to leave the van if we need to get into that storage area. And obviously all of this is getting boxed in. We need to cut the day short because it's about to rain in about 20 minutes time, and it has started spitting a wee bit. I've got the meat done, and that's enough for me. So when we come back, this kitchen should have a worktop that's finally in place and fixed to the van. I had to take a couple of days off because I've got a bit of a cold. I know, boo-hoo. But I felt good today, so I've got back out and I've finally finished, or at the very least, I've finished the layout. Check this. Shutting! This is the new layout. So as you can see, I've went with kind of like a U-shape sofa bed kind of shape. Bed extension here, which used to be there, but as you can see with this new part, it's baked into the van, and it does sit on these lips here going along, and one there, and then it will rest on that part there. So when you bring it over, there you are. So that's literally the size of the bed. So the bed is a lot bigger than what it was the last time. And just for anyone wanting to know how big the bed is, so it's 180 up and down, and width wise I would say it's about 106 inches wide. Over here we do have the worktop, and again I've opted not to go for a sink. I barely use the sink. I would say I maybe used it 6 times. So this time round I've opted not to get it. So we've got storage under here, storage under there, storage under there, and obviously the fridge. And then under the back one we have the Trolino toilet. And this does, as you can see, go all the way back. So you could technically use that as a wee outside table if you wanted to. As you can see, fits quite nicely. So the days of struggling for a toilet in a camper van are gone. And then under behind the driver's seat we have the garage, as you can see there. But I do have something delivered which is going to go there, but I'll show you that in another video. Under this box is where the electrics are going to be, and obviously the diesel heater. And I made that under there nice and big for if I upgrade my power stations, but also, you know, if I need to take stuff I can just put it under there. I mean, obviously you're not going to use a toilet if the bed's down, you're going to be kind of squatting, but aye. How cool does that look? At the front here, you could even sit there if you want. And that just shows you how much room we have with the bed up. What I need to do now is just basically wood this stuff off with panels and a door there, same with the back. And I need to do the front of the fridge and the electrics as well, but I'm super happy with this layout. So rather than cut a big circle which would have took this wood away, I've went for the silver insulation tape because it is a good heat barrier, and it's just to basically prevent the heat, you know, going straight onto the wood kind of thing. So I've put it right round the hole and on this wee bit of wood here just to help protect it. As you can see as well, it's right above the fuel line, so it's not anywhere near it. So guys, that's going to cover it for this episode. We now have the full layout of Dobby where he's supposed to be. It does feel like the old setup, but it doesn't, if you know what I mean. I mean, obviously the biggest addition is having this toilet here now. Everything else does kind of feel the same, but it feels more premium, if you know what I mean. So I'm definitely chuffed with the rebuild. So guys, if you did go and enjoy the video, why not drop it a wee like and let me know in the comments. Let me know if you're currently building your own van, and let me know what stage you're currently at with it. Are you at the putting the floor down? Are you at the framing part? Let me know in the comments how you're getting on with it. Make sure to get subscribed and hit that bell notification so you're always notified when I drop a new video. So until the next one, peace.